We spend one third of our lives in sleep, and there is a good reason why we spend such a big chunk of our lives sleeping. During sleep, we not only recover physically but also mentally. Our mind filters out, reorganizes, and saves and deletes tons of data we take in during our waking hours. This is the reason why 3 to 4 days of total sleep deprivation can cause a person to act crazy and even hallucinate. Since it is such an important part of our lives and contributes greatly in optimal performance both physically and mentally, it is crucial that we take our sleep schedule into careful consideration so that we can make the most out of it. The reason I'm making this video is because I personally struggled quite a lot with sleep timings for a good portion of my life, and it negatively affected the quality of my life, mental health, and productivity quite a bit. But after a long struggle, I finally managed to fix my sleep timings, and I'm going to share with you what worked for me. Now, one thing to note here is that some of you might not experience the benefits of waking up early in the first couple of days. You might feel you want to go back to sleep after you wake up. In fact, when I tell people to wake up early for maximum productivity, the first excuse they give is, "When I wake up early, I feel very sleepy and lazy." And of course you will. You haven't made it a habit yet. The key is to fix your sleep cycle, also known as your circadian rhythm, so that it resets back to its natural state. This will only happen when you sleep and wake up consistently on a specific time for a few weeks until you have retrained your mind to sleep and wake up early. So here are 7 proven tips to help you sleep early and improve the quality of your sleep. Number 1. Stop caffeine intake 8 hours before your bedtime. Studies have shown that caffeine can remain in your system for 8 to 9 hours, keeping your brain alert. You might still fall asleep after a couple of hours of having your tea or coffee. The problem is, caffeine will still be running through your blood, which may not let you fall deeper into sleep, which will drastically affect the overall sleep quality. To improve the quality of your sleep so that you wake up fresh in the morning, make sure you reduce your overall caffeine intake throughout the day and especially avoid it 8 hours before your intended bedtime. Number 2. Dim the surrounding lights after sunset. The lights around us directly affect our circadian rhythm. Bright lights trick our brain into thinking that it is still daytime so that it stays awake and alert. On exposure to artificial light, certain chemicals are released in our brain that produces sleep and keeps us awake. If you want to align your routine with nature, do what nature does. Dim the lighting around you after sunset. Turn off a few lights and reduce the brightness of your phone, computer, and television screens. Additionally, white, bluish light triggers the chemicals in our brains that keep us alert and awake, while the dim yellowish lights have a soothing and relaxing effect on our brain. Nowadays, there are built-in options in phones and computers to turn the screen a bit yellowish after sunset, so make sure to use that to your advantage. Number 3. Stop using your phone and social media at least 2 hours before bedtime. Many of us use our phones in bed just before going to sleep, not realizing how badly it is affecting our overall sleep quality. Our phones and use of social media gets our mind into overdrive. It's important that you reduce your brain activity and wind down at least a couple of hours before sleep so that you get a good quality deep sleep. Messages and notifications can wait till tomorrow. You don't have to respond to everyone immediately. Value your mental and physical health. Relax and just let go of the urge to check your phone. The best thing is to either switch it off completely or put it on airplane mode. Number 4. Keep your bed reserved only for sleeping. Most of us like to eat, watch TV, work, study, or just chill in our beds all the time. If you're having problems sleeping, avoid doing that. Reserve your bed only for sleeping. If you do this consistently, eventually laying in bed will become a cue that will trigger sleep. Your mind will get programmed to relax and fall asleep as soon as you lay in your bed. This is one of the major tips that the sleep experts give to people who have difficulty falling asleep. Number 5. Have bedtime rituals to prepare your mind and body for sleep. Don't just go to bed abruptly. Prepare yourself for it. Have certain bedtime rituals that help you relax and get in the mood for sleep. A few good examples would be taking a warm, relaxing bath, relaxing and slowing down your body movements and avoiding any kind of physically or mentally challenging tasks, talking softly and avoiding loud noises, having some warm milk, cleaning and preparing your bed for sleep, reading an easy and relaxing kind of book. Number 6. Don't take any naps once you wake up. Generally, it is a good idea to take 15 to 20 minutes of power nap during the daytime. However, initially when you're trying to make a habit of sleeping early, I would not recommend that you do that. Because in the beginning, there is a good chance you will oversleep and those 20 minutes will turn into 3 hours. No matter how sleepy you're feeling, wait for your intended bedtime. Else if you sleep too much during the daytime, it will be harder for you to fall asleep, especially if you're having trouble falling asleep early. Number 7. Don't skip weekends. For most people, their usual sleep routine goes out of the window on weekends. Late night hangouts, movie nights, you name it. As you're in this process of building up this habit of sleeping early, you must remain consistent for at least 5 to 6 weeks. It doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy your weekends. It's just for the first few weeks until you make a consistent habit of sleeping and waking up early and it becomes your second nature. Once your sleep cycle gets on the track and you develop a consistent pattern of going to bed early and early to rise, you can then take things a bit lighter. Being a morning person and utilizing the early hours can add incredible value to the quality of your life. I always encourage everybody to give it a shot and try this morning schedule for at least a few weeks. You will be absolutely amazed at how it will transform your life for the better and enhance your overall productivity. Apply these 7 tips for the next 15 to 20 days and let me know about your experience in the comments below. Remember to take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.